Welcome to Nature's Way of Healing. My name is Dr. Carine Hall-Brown, and today we're going to talk about bronchitis. And we are continuing with our series on respiratory system and the disease that affect the respiratory system. Now, before we actually go into our presentation, I just want to make sure that you understand that you should never use the information that you obtain on this presentation instead of your recommendation from your general practitioner or your physician. Okay, we will be looking at what bronchitis is. We will also be looking at the symptoms of bronchitis, the types of bronchitis, the cause of bronchitis, and of course, the natural remedies of bronchitis. Now, today we will divide our presentation in two segments. We will do the theory related to bronchitis in one segment and the natural remedies in the second segment. Okay, so we're going to go right into our presentation on bronchitis. Now, what is bronchitis? Now, bronchitis is an inflammation of the bronchial tube, and I have this model to show you where you will find the bronchial tube. Now, remember in a previous presentation, we looked at the anatomy of the respiratory system. So our bronchial tube branches off the windpipe or the trachea, which is this section here that looks like a half circle here, and it continues down and it projects and divides in two as it enters the two sections of the lungs. So the bronchi is here branching from the windpipe or the trachea, and this segment is the bronchi. Now, bronchitis is, as it is called, bronchitis is an inflammation of the bronchial tube. So an inflammation in the lining of the bronchial tube results in swelling of the tube, and that swelling results in blockage, and blockage, as we mentioned before, results in extra mucus production, and that mucus production causes coughing. And one of the primary things that we will observe in bronchitis is coughing. And the primary objective of this is to remove mucus or phlegm that is trapped within the tube. So bronchitis, you will cough up a lot of mucus, and that's probably one of the only way to get it out of your system. So, we should never try to stop a cough when you have bronchitis. Okay, now the types of bronchitis, we have two primary types of bronchitis. We have acute bronchitis, which is primarily caused from a viral infection like influenza. You have a cold. It is also referred to as chest cold. And this kind of infection in the bronchial tube results in an inflammation which causes coughing. As we said, it's one of the primary symptoms. And acute bronchitis it will persist for maybe about 2 weeks maximum. Sometimes the cough will linger depending on your immune system. Now, chronic bronchitis is a little bit more life-threatening. It's life-threatening because it is very consistent, and the cough can be very, very annoying. It doesn't stop. And what you will find as long as you are exposed to the variables that cause this bronchitis, which is somewhat different from acute bronchitis, which is caused from a viral infection. A chronic bronchitis is usually when you're exposed to smoke, and smoking is probably one of the primary cause of it. Now, and that reoccurring exposure, whether it's secondhand smoke or you're a smoker, whatever it is, as long as you're exposed to it, this bronchitis will never go away. So that is chronic bronchitis. All right, so now we will look at the symptoms of bronchitis. And the symptoms of bronchitis will include tightness in the chest, pain in the chest. We're going to experience wheezing. And of course, we will experience coughing, which is one of the prominent things in bronchitis. So we will experience lots of coughing. And as I said, the coughing is a way of getting rid of phlegms, and we should never take cough suppressant when we have bronchitis, because there's no other way to get the phlegm out of your lung without coughing it up. Okay, so we have coughing. We will also experience some kind of wheezing, and we're going to have tightness in the chest. We'll have chills. We're going to experience chills, and that fever. So fever is one of them. And when we cough for bronchitis, we're going to notice that the phlegms might be gray, it might be green or yellow. And those are signs that you have bronchitis. You will also experience lethargic feelings, weakness, without any strength or energy to do anything. And pain, of course, in the joints and different parts of the body. And those are symptoms that you will notice if you have bronchitis. Now, those were the symptoms of bronchitis. So now we're going to look at the things that cause bronchitis. Now, bronchitis is caused, if we have acute bronchitis, as I said before, it is caused from a viral infection. And a viral infection could be accompanied, but in most cases you have a viral infection, and sometimes it becomes contaminated by bacteria. And one of the things that you will notice is that you are always prescribed bacterial or antibiotics for a viral infection. But in most cases, the antibiotic is not effective in getting rid of the virus. Now, for bronchitis, you know, it's not the best choice, and that is acute bronchitis. Chronic bronchitis is caused from exposure to smoke, pollution, strong chemicals, environmental pollutant, as I said before, chemicals. Those are the things that cause chronic bronchitis. Now, that brought us to the end of this section on what bronchitis is, the types of bronchitis, the cause of it, and the symptoms that is associated with it. Now, in section 2, we will look at the natural remedies that are associated with bronchitis.